Cameronblakey, what's your story?
That's my story.
Man, so I mean, I see you over here drawing all the time. Like, how'd you get started drawing?
Well, I've been drawing since I was about 3. I used to draw on the walls and get in trouble. I draw in books. I draw on grocery bags, and eventually I graduated to paper. But I would draw on grocery bags. I'd draw like a like a car or a spaceship, dashboard, and I would put a hanger through the middle of the grocery bag and use that as a steering wheel, and that was my spaceship. And I would entertain myself by drawing. I didn't need to be entertained. I just drew all the time. If I could find a box, I'd draw all over the box and turn that box into, a tank, a spaceship, a boat, a car, anything. And I always kept myself entertained.
I mean, what kind of cartoons or TV shows were you watching?
Oh, yeah. I was raised partly by a television. My very first favorite show was Greatest American Hero. I used to watch that, Automan, shows I didn't understand. I watched a lot of the news. I watched the news and didn't understand what was going on. Some of my earliest memories was when just early 80s cartoons, Turbo Team, Dungeons and Dragons, and then of course Transformers, GoBots. I mean, I was a 70s baby, 80s kid, so we had the best cartoons, and I watched all of them. And but my favorite show, actual television show, was Greatest American Hero, and I liked Automan too.
Okay, so is your preference just drawing female pinups? I didn't.
Yeah, that's my preference, but I'll draw, whatever, commissions I have, or, comic books, commissions, whatever. My personal preference is drawing, curvy ladies. That's my preference.
So you're into, did you ever see that one movie, what was it called, Heavy Metal?
Oh, I was raised on heavy metal. Ralph Bakshi films, anything that was animated, I wanted to see it. Especially if it was adult, I wanted to see it. So yeah, anything heavy metal related, from the movie to the magazine. I always wanted to do a cover for heavy metal at some point, so who knows. But yeah, heavy metal was a huge influence, and Ralph Bakshi was a huge influence as far as animated films. I think American Pop, it's crazy we veered off this way, but I think American Pop is, like a good movie, period. It just so happens to be animated, and it gets lost. Like, you don't see it come on or anything, but it's definitely one of those.
Mm-hmm. So how many characters would you say you've drawn in your career as a pinup artist?
As far as the number of characters, I'm sure it's in the hundreds. I know it's in the hundreds. The number of pinups is in the thousands, and the number, or is in the somewhere between 1 and 2,000, and the number of characters is probably in the hundreds.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I mean, have you sat down and looked at the progression of your characters from when you first started to now?
Absolutely. I'm always trying to improve, and I'm always trying to compare and find any trends or anything. And everything is cringeworthy. I'm my own biggest critic. I don't like 90% of what I draw, and I'm always trying to compete with myself. I can always find flaws and mistakes. I'm always trying to fix those. So I'm always looking at the old stuff, and it's all cringeworthy. This is, this will be cringeworthy, because your 10,000th is gonna be, better than your 500th, or your 10th is gonna be better than your first.
So what other projects do you have going on?
I have an adult comic book series I'm doing. I have other graphic novels I'm doing that are more geared toward like action, thrillers. I got horror stories, all kinds of crazy stuff. But I got plenty of comic books, plenty of pinups, calendars, just a lot of different products and stuff. But I want to tell a lot of stories, so I got plenty of books that are on the way. Not all of them are adult. There's a mixture of things: horror, action, some kung fu noir type stuff. Things like that. Pretty girls, a lot of guns, explosions, karate, everything that makes a comic book great.
So off topic, what's the last good movie you saw?
Logan. Logan is the last good movie I saw, and what a movie it was. That and Unbreakable are probably tied right now for the best superhero movie. Or at least my favorite superhero movie, rather. Logan and Unbreakable.
Well, I wish I could stay here and chat with you longer.
That's all right.
Yeah, I've got some errands to run, but I just wanted to check you out here for a second. Another question real quick. Do you do your own coloring?
Absolutely. I use Pentel pencils at the moment. But yeah, color pencils, acrylic paint sometimes.
Oh.
And yeah.
So you do all your own coloring. That's cool. I wish we could see a piece of artwork that had some coloring.
Yeah, I do got something here. Here's a Poison Ivory commission I just did for someone. I ink with pit pens. I use the XS, S, and F tipped pit pens, and I use Pentel color pencils for the color. For large black areas, I may use a Sharpie, or I may use actual ink, India ink, or acrylic paint.
So once again, if someone wanted to contact you, how would they go about doing that?
The best way to contact me would be through Cameronblakey Art on Facebook, Instagram, DeviantArt, or eBay.
Alrighty. Alright, well, thanks for chatting with me, Mr. Blakey, and I'll catch you later.
Thank you.